Oh, do we got a show for you? Oh man, we're back with some comedy, folks. We are back with some comedy. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We are Clip Virgin. We transverse the comedy and podcast landscape and search for true funny, true comedy. We are in the deep space nine of the prospecting alliance, the trilateral agreement, and we are about to transverse some of these shows. I love that word. But wow, we've got a big old lineup. But before we do, let me go ahead and just say, hit that like button, subscribe if you like a little bit of satire and hate watching. Okay, we're gonna do some hate watching tonight, folks, and some of these podcasts. And if you like other big time performers, like Kurt Metzger, yeah, we got a lot of that too. So please like and subscribe, and we got an amazing community here. But before we go any further, let me just show you something here. We got the goals of 500 by spring. Okay, we need to hit 500 by spring and 1,000. That's our Hail Mary. 1,000 by the summer. Okay, and if we get a total from last night's episode, let me see if we can pull it up here. Here we are. From last night's episode, we are at 257 subs, folks. That's 22. Is it 22? 22 subs, folks. Thank you so much. And that's from a live stream. But we got those live streams populating in the background, and we got a few subs from our previous streams, and thank you so much for watching these streams. I know it can be a little bit daunting seeing that 8-hour marker. I'll keep them down to about 4 to 6 for you, so I don't scare you off. We had a 12-hour, which was actually a 15-hour one, and they only put 12 hours up there. We go late, we go hard, and we go funny. So the old derp walk, the old Kerp walk, yep. Appreciate you guys, and let's just get right into it. What I would like to do though is have a little bit of this here first. Let's start off with some of this.
Files? Hell yeah.
One more time, folks. We saw this last night.
Watch it go up.
We got to do a.
That's it. Gone forever.
We got to do it again.
Good job, guys. I couldn't ask for better bitches. Thanks, baby.
Burning devotion, hide all the sins. Pizza parties buried.
Oh yeah, William. Appreciate it. Yeah, keep that phone charging. Well, but don't hold on to it while it's charging.
Names of the pedos involved. Two loyal Boy Scout Shabbos tasks to resolve.
This is just a little intro, folks. Get us warmed up. Oh.
Call it a Sunday and fed you a poop. Cower and hide, our hands are still tied, and we're shabos like the goy. Bluster and hype, no action inside. A guy who likes dong, shaved Donkey Kong, and we're shabos like the goy.
Shabbat Shalom.
Back on my podcast, blowing hot air, rant about liberals pretending I care. Trade a Brigitte, the failure's complete. Harold and come off of the better will lead.
We're just letting that chat fill up, folks. Thank you for joining us.
MK Ultra, no escape from the gripper. Chill in the office. This job is a bore. Fly
Look at him.
My beard is on tour.
I gotta get that dopamine hit.
FBI patches won't deplane till I've got 'em. Hockey party with the guys like a real power bottom.
Yeah.
Kinda sewing.
Yeah.
We talked a good game, but deliver jack shit.
You did deliver jack shit, Candace Owens. Are they gonna solve the case? From Egypt. Look at him. Look at that bitch cry. This has been so good. Oh my god. Look at that. They'll do it to you. Oh man. Look at that. Amazing.
Lemonheads, this rules.
Oh, we got Lemonheads. Hey, yeah. Not quite yet, Lemonheads, but thank you. What a treat. What a treat. I just had to see that.
Ready to burn these Epstein files?
I had to see that one more time. See if we... Oh my gosh. Why are you not going to my list? 1 second, folks. We got a little technical difficulty here.
You ready to...
Oh my gosh.
Lemonhead.
Let's find the... Where's the list? There we go. Okay. Let's bring it back to the list here. There we are. Well, that was fun. That was fun. I just got to get warmed up. What do we got here? We said, or William said something about check out Mississippi Bones. Okay. Is that an AI dance or I mean, an AI video? I saw a new one with JD Vance and Alex Jones on the football field. That was pretty fun. But we got a show, folks. We're gonna do a little hate watching tonight, and we also got a look at this. We Might Be Drunk podcast now. Over here at Clip Virgin, we like We Might Be Drunk podcast. Now, do we watch a full episode of We Might Be Drunk podcast? Not a chance. I can't handle it. I think it's mostly have to do with having two hosts on there. It's just not funny. So we got to find the funny, and boy, did we ever. And what we've got, it's a rock band. Got it. With comic humor. Nice. Okay. I'll check it out. I love those recommendations. Keep those recommendations coming in. I've got some movie recommendations from the topics that we discussed a few nights back. And apparently I'm talking about stuff that was in Johnny Pneumatic. And other American Ninja stuff. So watch out when you talk about Chi. Apparently it is out there already. But we've got We Might Be Drunk podcast. Now, why do we like We Might Be Drunk podcast? Well, mnemonic. Yes, thank you. I must have said pneumatic. Well, why? Because of the Norman Nudge night. Okay, so tonight we're gonna have a little bit of a segment of the Norman Nudge, and we're gonna jump right in. And well, actually, let's start with the other one. But I wanted to show you what the Norman Nudge was. The Norman Nudge is how many times Norman nudges his guests, and we have a point system. If he touches their chest, he gets 8 points, thighs 7, legs 6, and so on and so forth. If he misses, he loses a point. So the last Norman Nudge, in the first 10 minutes, he earned 41 points. Okay? So just let that settle in with you, okay? Like 41 points in 10 minutes, that's pretty much an essay, okay? If you are essaying your guest, anything over 20 points, I would say even 10 points, but let's just say 20 points in the first 10 minutes. That's an assault, brother. Okay, so it's a lot of fun, but we will get started on Club Random, and we'll fill the chat a little bit with Club Random, and then we'll take a break and hit Norman Nudge night, because I lost a lot of numbers the last time I dedicated a whole stream to Norman Nudge. But here we are. Let's get started with Club Random. Now, in Club Random, there are three types of guests. There are the guests that, because they have 2 chairs, and Bill Maher walks up to them, and when he walks up to them, you have 3 different types of guests. The ones that stand up and walk to him to shake his hand, the ones that stand up from their chair and shake his hand when he allowing Bill Maher to walk towards him or walk to them. And then the other type is the ones that sit down, remain seated, and sometimes not even shake Bill Maher's hand. So now there is a secret sauce number 4, and that's what Marshawn Lynch did, and that's take a shit in the studio bathroom before the interview. So that is beast mode. Now, again, this is going to be a bit of a hate watch night. We're going to be looking at these podcasts through the satirical lens. Okay, we must pick up on the micro behavioral movements to really find the inner workings of their psyche, and it's a lot of fun psychoanalyzing these freaks. And I hope you guys are able to see what I see. And please, if I miss something, let me know. We have a few people that will let me know to pause. They're like, whoa, wait. Look what happened there. So I appreciate that. But let's get started. And I'm excited about this. I've been waiting for this combo here. And we've had a lot of fun with Kurt Metzger. And anytime that Kurt Metzger puts on a new drop, we will cover it. All right. So don't worry about that. So we'll cover it. But in the meantime, we've got a lot of other comedians to cover. And I hope you get the sense of the vibe of Clipped Virgin and all my virgins out there. So thank you very much, and we'll get started now. Let me go ahead and start it. And I'll, in the chat, just taking a look at old Billy Idol here. How many of you guys in the chat say that he's going to walk up to the guest, or that the guest is going to walk to Bill Maher, going to stand, or remain seated? Place your bets in now, and we'll. This is a betting show, okay? And we also, again with Norman Nudge night, we place in our bets I guessed 25 points in the first 10 minutes, and I was way wrong. I didn't account massaging. Okay, Mark Norman was massaging his guests on the last one. Okay, so there was a lot of things I did not consider, but there's a little bit of fun that we're going to have tonight. So we've got remain seated. I'm going to say, I'm going to say remain seated as well. All right, we got 3 different types of guests that are on Club Random. The ones that remain seated and allow Bill Maher to walk up to him, the ones that stand up and shake his hand, or the ones that will walk up to him before Bill Maher approaches and greet him. And so here we are.
Why are you remodeling your backyards?
Oop. Let's get the audio fixer. All right. We're going to skip ahead here. Now, Club Random's got a vibe. They got a bit of a vibe. Let's see if do I still have the... And we like to match the vibe a bit. Let's see here.
Well, they 70s, 80s, 90s, I suppose.
All those decades.
Yeah.
Oh.
Club Random.
Do you know a guy? I hear you. No.
Well, I wouldn't start now.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Club Random.
Okay. Oh. What's going on with my screen here? Okay, there we go. All right, so Billy Idol. So we've got will he remain seated and allow Bill Maher to come up to him? Will he stand up and shake his hand, or walk up to Bill Maher before he approaches the landing? Now, on the last one with Jimmy down and 17, 16, that Mellencamp, they just started it with both of them sitting down. So he didn't even do his walk-in intro. It's really strange. So Bill Maher might have seen our show.
Billy.
All right, here we go.
Hi.
Rock royalty in the house.
Oh my God, man! They're. Why won't they? Oh my God! Why are they doing this to us? So now they won't even show him walking up. So they're cutting it right there. Now look at this. He is off the platform, already shaking his hand. He's in, like, this whole thing right here. Bill Maher's supposed to be walking through his he's got a little mini runway that he walks through, and Billy Idol is over at Craft Services eating some of Marshawn's jelly beans that were left over from his rider. And wow, look at that. We were wrong. Wow. So
Rock
he
and
is
roll royalty. You look the same. You look like
Billy Idol's. Okay, so they are. Look at that. Now, I haven't seen this shot. Looks like they just got a pool table. I think that's new. But where are the orgies going to be? So I guess Bill Maher is giving up the orgies for a little, instead of playing a little pocket pool, he's going to play a little 8-pocket. All right, here we go.
an East London badass. You look like you're ready to kick some ass. You do. And I'm sure you could. Yeah?
These boots.
You and your droogies.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, of course.
That movie? That must have affected you.
Yeah, Clock Orange, yeah.
Because it was like something you could relate to, no?
Yeah, it was kind of fantastic.
Yeah. What year was that?
69, I think.
No, I think early 70s.
Oh.
I think more like 72. I mean, are you a fan of all Kubrick's movies?
A lot of them, yes, yeah.
You know.
I wish he'd done that Napoleon movie. I've got the script.
He was supposed to?
Wow.
Yeah. He was going to do that, I think after 2001.
Stains don't show up well in the color. Yeah. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And then they did this film Waterloo, and it did terrible business. It was great though. Rod Steiger as Napoleon and
I saw it.
Christopher. Yeah, it's a great movie, but it did terrible business.
That was a TV movie.
It was
There was like
it was a Russian.
What they used to call a mini-series.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and I forget who the...
Sergei Bondarchuk was the director.
Oh, I don't know that, but the other star was not Maximilian Schell.
Those boots are huge.
He was kind of a big actor at the
Yeah,
time.
good-
I think British.
Good eye, William.
And he had it went over time, you know, like the movie went over, and they had they didn't have him, and they had to shoot like parts of it. You could see it if you watch it, like long shots. It's just his voice. He's not on camera. Just, you know, you shoot a long shot, him in the shadows, you know, but it's amazing. They can actually, not the whole movie, but enough of it where the guy isn't even in the scene.
Wow.
Actors have done it when they like hate the other actor they're working with. You know, like, I can't stand to be in the same room with this guy.
So I'll just act without anybody. Be like
Yeah.
Brando and Rod Steiger in the back of the cab, where Brando left before Rod Steiger did his.
Is that right?
Yeah, he went to a psychiatrist or something. So,
Sorry about
so
that.
Rod
On the
Steiger
water-
had to act his bits without Brando being there.
On the waterfront.
Yeah, the Charlie was you, Charlie. You know.
But you see them together in a two-shot, don't you?
Yeah, but you know, when he did his lines, Rod Steiger did his lines.
I
Brando
see.
wasn't there. So
I
he's,
see. Who was close-up is just
yeah, it's his closer.
talking to a piece of cardboard. Well, Brando famously used to, you know, write the lines, his lines, on the other actor's head.
Okay, so Bill Maher looks like he finally took off that aura ring. He had a big old black ring. You know, he probably has a new producer wearing rings and got a little envious of the jewelry. So he started wearing a ring the past couple episodes. That helps him, I guess, let him know when to go to sleep. And finally took that off. That thing was obnoxious. And, you know, I don't know why men are wearing jewelry. Unless you're some kind of motorcycle guy with, you know, the skull rings and all that, you know, and you're, you know. Otherwise, leave the jewelry for the women. They're trying to feminize men every chance that they can get. You know, you put a ring on. You know, Lord of the Rings. Okay, the rings is a little bit of that trap. Takes away, dissipates your electric charge. So don't allow anyone to take away your electricity. Okay?
Write the lines, his lines, on the other actor's head.
yeah.
I mean, can you imagine?
I should do that with Steve Stevens if I don't know the lyrics. Steve, can I just put them on your forehead?
Yeah, William, you're smart.
I never understand how
I've got a teleprompter.
you have to, but like, you didn't always.
No, only recently, you know.
But, I mean, I never understand how you musicians could remember so many. I mean, if you're doing a show that has 25 songs in it, how do you remember all those lyrics? And
Yeah, it's just from doing them a lot, really. And then, but it's really handy having the the teleprompter, if we want to do a song we haven't done for ages, it means I can read the lyrics if I don't know it so well anymore, you know. But in majority of things, I can remember them, you know.
I remember seeing Sinatra at the end, and
Yeah, I was lucky. I saw him in the 80s, yeah.
that was,
Actually, we went to,
that was near the end.
yeah, we went to, I was friends with Sam Kinison,
Whoa.
and we went to do a show with him where, you know, because he always did Wild
Marilyn
Thing.
Manson boots.
He had his rock band. So,
Oh, he fancied himself a rock star.
Actually, those look like Yeezys or Yeezy boots. Kanye West moon boots. The affordable brand. I'm gonna be looking like a crack addict coming out of Kanye's catalog. Can't wait.
you know, he had his rock band. So,
Oh, he fancied himself a rock star.
yeah, well, he played louder than anybody else's guitar.
He was one of the few comedians who did sort of get into that rock star vibe. I mean, Eddie Murphy did it for a minute, Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
There have been a few who like almost like a rock star. You know, like there's the kind of excitement that music.
Yeah, we kind of came to do this show with him, and then he had these two twin.
Now with Rockstar, I mean I keep wanting to say Mulholland Drive. It's not Mulholland Drive, but where were all the CIA operative CIA op bands living up in the hills where Jared Leto lives, and he bought that house where they filmed some of the moon landing stuff. Forgot the name of it, but all that was it was a big old CIA op. The whole Rockstar thing, the whole and it's moved to rap now, and so although I miss them rock and roll days. Just I want to hear the men screaming like a siren. Oh, yes. Thank you, Wizard. Exactly, Wizard. We were just saying that. Men with jewelry are cringe. Exactly. Seriously, guys. There's no greater mass control than putting jewelry on men. So, sorry.
Twins. He ended up marrying one of them. So he was doing Wild Thing, and I got in between these two girls that he always had dressed up as Las Vegas showgirls, and I was just.
And I'll tell you why. Because if men were meant to go out and hunt and protect, if you're if you got a little bit of a weapon, something to defend and protect yourself, and you can't be grasping onto something while you're clanging your fingers. You got to be able to grip it, but they want to hear you coming, so you got to stay silent.
I was just kind of playing around because it's not my song, But he got upset.
Whoa! Look at that belly. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of a pause heavy right here, but look at that. Wearing a Cash Patel collared jacket there, and big old gut like Kreischer. Wow.
Set, and he punched my guitarist. My guitarist was on the stage. He punched, we said, that's it. We're not going for the second. This was the early show. We're going to do the second one. So we said, we're not, fuck it. We even tried to leave Vegas, and then we couldn't leave because it wasn't a plane. So on the way back, we were staying at the Sands, you know. So on the way back, I saw, whoa, Frank Sinatra's playing. Oh, we've got us. So we saw Frank Sinatra instead of doing the show with Sam. But it was fantastic because I wouldn't have seen Frank Sinatra otherwise. He was.
Yeah, it's hard not to hear Mike Myers' accent in that. Yep. Yeah, good call.
It's fantastic. I mean, you didn't notice his voice was a bit ragged or anything when he was, you know. It was kind of fantastic. He had this. His son was, you know, directing the.
That's what I saw. The son was the director of the orchestra.
Sorry about the quality. There Frank we go. Jeez.
Humiliate him. He did.
At one point, he was getting sweaty, and he went to take his own handkerchief out of his pocket, and then thought better of it. Took his son's and mopped his brow and put it back. He was always doing. It was like stuff like that all the way through. It was fantastic. It was really funny. It was great.
Okay, I saw him in 1995 at Radio City Music Hall. I took my mother. My parents were from New Jersey and saw Frank Sinatra perform when he was starting out.
Wow.
Yeah, like in late 30s. It was like 1939. In a place called the Rustic Cabin is the first place he sang at. So it was very sentimental for my mother. And my father had just died. So it was just...
Yeah, that is a blunt. Must have gotten that from Marshawn Lynch. Rolling Swisher Sweet. And what's great too is that, I mean, he looks coherent. You know, like past couple episodes, he was getting, you know, sloshed. He was taking gummies instead of smoking. He was drinking tequila, and it just wasn't, you know, he was real like slurring his speech. You know, all the gay innuendos were coming out, and you know, here we are. So, did I ever?
Addict?
Yeah, like,
no,
well, I mean,
let me see if I ever found that. I lost the timestamp, but Marshawn Lynch was like, no, I ain't, because he's like, we're here, we're queer, and we're just, and he's like, Marshawn's like, what? Oh, hell no. I've already been done with that. He was not having it. I always got Marshawn on standby. Hey, but man, I switched to Chrome, folks. I switched to Chrome. Safari was just so laggy. So when I switched, it moved my timestamp.
That shit was huge.
It was just like, you know, there was a lot of emotion in that room. And Frank took it all away. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, he just was such a dick. He was a dick to his son. He was drunk.
Yeah, and Bill Maher has a weed store with what's his name? Woody Harrelson. And so, yeah. So it must be the good stuff, man. I'd be able to afford real estate, be able to afford a lease in LA. Looked like a nice store, too. Really nice.
Drunk. He had 7 large print teleprompters all around him. I mean, you couldn't miss it. I could have sang those songs. And yet, when he was singing a song that he hadn't sung for 50 fucking years, he still couldn't get through it. He tried to do Mac the Knife. You know Mac the Knife? Okay, which is Bobby Darin's song.
Yeah, a ton of lyrics.
And he had done it on one of his later albums. I have it. I liked it. I'm a huge Frank Sinatra fan, you know, for the music.
Yeah, Wizard,
not the early music, but not.
Bill Maher does not puff pass. He just, oh, look at that little, man. That looks like, see if I can pull it up real quick. You know who that looks like? Look at that! Oh my God.
The what? The Pizza Gate.
Yikes. But, you know, he's rounding 70s, you know, early 70s. But here we are. Marina Abramovic. Maher.
But if you want a story, it would take a few.
Oh, here we go.
Not the early crooner shit, but like when he get 50s, it's got to be swing.
Why does he look like her?
Fly me to the moon. That record is great because Frank was either like super depressed. He was polar, right? Maybe not officially, but like he was either super depressed, caught at a 3.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
now in the place.
That's my favorite
Save
songs.
a gardener left me. I'm gonna kill myself right now because without love, who gives a shit? And what are you looking at, you fucking punk? Or fly me to the moon. Everything's groovy up here in space. You know, everything's cool in 1958 if you're white. You know, that was there was no middle ground, but it's all great. But he did.
Whites need a safe space. Whites need a safe space. I don't want someone with Tourette's calling me a colonizer. Okay? I don't want someone with Tourette's accidentally calling me a old bootlicker. You know? We need a safe space.
I mean, I just could not forget how he was mean to his kid. So all the artistry, you know, and like I forgive him for he couldn't get through Mac the Knife. It wasn't his song. He had like started it 3 times, you know.
Yeah, exactly, Wizard. Yeah, Bill Maher bashes white people all the time. It's like, whoa, man, hey. I dare you, Bill Maher, I dare you to say that to my face. But even on Bill Maher, I dare you to say that to my face, Bill Maher. Okay. I gotta get some of those Billy Idol boots. Ooh, I'll be able to get 2 inches on those. Oh, someday.
Oh, the shark bites. And then he would blame the kid for this fucking kid. He must, it's not the kid, Frank. You know, you're drunk and 80. So, you know, you musicians, you just live in a completely different universe than normal people. You do. Even among show business. There's an excitement that music gets to in people.
Yes, true.
That just is, nothing else is quite like it in the arts. And its effect on people, which allows the musicians themselves to live in a bubble very often an information bubble. They very often don't know what's going on and don't need to. They have all sorts of people. I mean, you must have lived a life that is, I mean, you're obviously survived it, but,
Somehow, yes.
you know, come on. When you were king shit on the charts, I mean, you must have, you know, had that certainly thrown at you.
Yeah, it was very wild. I mean, I was sort of watching Youngblood. You know, it reminds me of me.
He was here.
When, yeah, I know.
Loved him.
When he's breaking through, I remember what that was like.
Yes.
You know, it's pretty incredible.
You could have been named Youngblood. He could have been Billy Idol.
Yeah,
no, really.
I remember what it was like. It was really incredible. It was an incredible time. And so watching him a little bit, I remember.
Do you know him? Have you talked to him?
I sang with him. We did White Wedding with him on his, in his Youngblood. He's got that festival he puts on, the Youngblood Festival, Bloodfest. So I sang with him. We did White Wedding together.
8 minutes.
Oh, gee, can we go to Bloodfest?
The song?
Well,
my version is.
Yeah, the dance version. Yeah, so it's a long version. Yeah,
and it's still too short.
Great.
It's such a great record.
Great.
Oh, so many of yours are. I always wanted to ask you, you did Moni Moni, which was like even a little before my time. Like I started listening to music in 1968. I was 12. I think Moni Moni was 66 or something.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So it was like a song I would occasionally hear because they would, you know, on the radio I listened to in the late 60s was the top 20 they kept playing. They played the #1 song every hour on the hour. Like once an hour you heard that if you were #1, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and just like who's that? Who's the guy from Princess Bride? He's got really good skin. I mean, barely any wrinkles. Yeah. Looks better than wow, I can't think of anyone's name right now. Corey Feldman. Yeah, he's got a little. Oh, look! He's such a little. Look at this little grandma. That's what happens, folks. That's what happens. As men age, you go into the other spectrum of being a human. You look like an old lady, and all the ladies, as they get older, they look like old men. Shapeshifters, folks. We are shapeshifters.
And then
oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that was
like
tough.
Once an hour you heard that if you were #1, which is pretty amazing.
There we go. We got one, folks. We got one. Anytime someone dares close their eyes around me, you go in the file, okay? And we got a nice little slideshow with my file boys.
And then the rest of it was the other songs in the top 20.
That sounded bad.
Every once in a while, they'd be like, here's a golden oldie. And it'll be like
Slideshow.
from last year. You know, to kids, that's like 1,000 years ago. Way back. And that was one of the songs. Here she come down, say, Moni, Moni. And you killed it. I mean, the original was good, but it was, I mean, Tommy James has done better. But it was a good pop record, but it was a little bubblegum. And your version was
ramped it up a bit, yeah.
Yeah. And what do we imagine the song means? Moni Moni, Billy Idol. What does Moni Moni mean to you?
Well, I know how the song was written, so I know it's that building in New York that has MONY on. They were looking at that.
What building?
There's a building in New York, the Moni building. It has MONY, money building or Moni. They were looking at that when they were writing the song, so they were looking for a title. And they were trying to think sort of a girl's name, and then they kind of looked at that, the top of the building, and said, "What about Moni Moni?" And then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I interviewed, not like this is an interview, but got high, as I'm doing with you, with Billy Joel in Boca last year, and I was complimenting on his great lyrics and stuff, but also mentioning that lyrics in pop music, they don't have to be good. It's better if they are, but you can get away with Moni Moni. you can just do it, you know. And if it doesn't make sense to people, well, are you dancing? Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what that song was really all about. It's about that. It's actually a drum loop. The original song was a drum loop because I was always thinking, why is it so? What is it about it that makes you, want to move or something? And then
because she's coming down.
When we did
here she come
version,
down, Moni Moni.
Yeah, we did our version.
Shotgun turnaround.
Yeah,
I mean, that doesn't say it all.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a drum loop. So we did it with a real drummer, though. We didn't because they just took a 4-bar loop, and that's why it doesn't stop.
Let me see if I can fix the leg real quick here, folks. I can see that it's lagging a bit. Make sure we're good.
Stop. The original record doesn't stop.
But Tommy James is, to me, a very unheralded pop star.
Really. He had massive hits.
Massive hits and good ones. I mean,
really good.
Some of them that are not as well known to the public. I mean, people know I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah.
Which is a great record. Just a great pop record. And redone in the 80s, a massive hit for Debbie Gibson? Somebody.
Yeah, it was, what's her name?
Somebody, what's her name? What's her name was good.
She did all those, did all those malls. She opened up all those malls. I don't...
Well,
that's how she...
I'm not sure that's what you want to be remembered as,
I think she had a number one with, one of Tommy James' songs. But then, same time, Joan Jett did Crimson and Clover, and I did Moni Moni. So there's this kind of Tommy James
Crimson and Clover.
It's fantastic.
But again, what does it mean? So have you ever thought about it? Crimson and Clover?
Really, I think it's a psychedelic. But a bit of a psychedelic kind of...
To this day...
Rolling in Clover, I suppose.
To this day, I would say... I mean, I have some sexy music in my iPod. I use the old iPod. I feel like it's suited to my needs. I have some sexy time music. But if you really want to get panties wet, and I know you do...
Hint. Yeah. Oh.
Just the...
Oh, and that's... See, they all do this like little gay check. They're like, let's see how you respond to this. And it's like, oh, let get your panties wet. And then if there's a little bit of hesitancy, then Bill Maher knows, ooh, we might have a little bit of a little after party. Okay. Bill Maher likes to check his guest and see where they're at.
And I know you do. Just the opening note of Crimson.
And look at how Bill Maher hesitated there too, because he like took it in. He's like, oh, I might have an opportunity with Billy Idol. I hope I don't call him Billy Joel while I'm got his knob in my mouth.
Just the opening note of Crimson and Clover. Just put the
It's true. That would do it.
Just, I mean,
It's true.
It's the sexiest thing. It's the sexiest thing on record, I think. I mean,
They are.
just that, and that, oh, you come walking over. But again, I'm waiting to.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to hear Bill Maher talking about wet panties. Okay, that is nasty. So, yeah, I definitely agree, Jeff. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to us, and watch our other hate watch content. But I know you're gonna stay. I know you're gonna stay because you like Bill Maher. You like him. You wish he was asking you that.
Show her Crimson and Clover. You know, you're anticipating it. What are you going to show her? This is awesome. We're going to get to really know you. Crimson and Clover. Okay, but you know, it's just a sound collage.
Yeah.
You know,
It sounds good. That's a big factor in writing lyrics. If they sing good.
Also, one of the first records to put that shaky reverb.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then the end, which just goes in. He was great with just an electric guitar. He's one of the few guys who, like, he just sounded like a kid in the neighborhood who you could hear from your bedroom window, who got a little amp and a little fucking electric guitar and was just doing it. And no frills. And he just...
Believe it or not, Billy was... Wizard's asking whether Billy was a stander, sitter, or a walk tour, like walk up to Bill Maher. And your guess is that he stood. Okay, so Wizard came in a little bit late. Believe it or not, he was actually midway through the runway, through Bill Maher's runway. They started the episode with them shaking hands during Bill Maher's walk up little runway shot. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Well, and they had they actually had a pool table. Look at this. All right, we got to take this back from Wizard. He missed it. And it's almost like Billy Idol wanted to do this because he had his nice boots on and he wanted to look tall. Look at that. So, you know, you don't take Bill Maher's runaway opportunity. This is his way to walk and trot. He loves a good prancing. And Billy Idol would not let him prance. Oh my God, the chain. Don't tell me it's a bike chain. Oh no, even better, rosemary beads. Well, those looks like ass beads. So he's got his little ass pearls hanging to the side. But yeah, he met him before the runway. Let's see if I can find where we're at.
It's true. That would do it.
Just, I mean,
It's true.
It's guitar. He's one of the few guys who, like, he just sounded like a kid in the neighborhood who you could hear from your bedroom window, who got a little amp and a little fucking electric guitar and was just doing it. And no frills. And he just had a way, that song, all of his songs, he understood sound, you know? It's a sound medium.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the Beatles songs are, to me, just same thing, like very forgettable lyrics, but it just sounds great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Bill Maher saying that the Beatles has forgettable lyrics. Hey June. What? How's it go? I forgot, but you're crazy, Bill Maher.
Paperback Writer just sounds great. It's like a good, like a bass lead almost. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, Hello Goodbye. It just sounds.
John
great.
Lennon always said it's Day Tripper again or something, or Ticket to Ride. He said, he's always he said that Paul's just ripped me off again. So.
He said what?
Well, because the the riff in Paperback Writer, it's very similar to something like Ticket to Ride, the boom, ding, ding, boom, ding, ding. He said his Paul's just taken my Ticket to Ride.
I gotta listen. I never heard that story.
Love the musician language.
He just means he's replying to my song with a similar thing, because they're always replying to each other's songs.
You think?
Well, John Lennon does Money on one album, and then next minute Paul McCartney does Can't Buy Me Love. So he's kind of answering. They're always answering each other.
Of course, Money was a cover.
Yeah, but still, he's saying Money's what I want, and then Paul McCartney does, but it can't buy me love, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a really interesting thesis. I never heard that. So we track everything.
Yep, they believe it or not, musicians communicate with each other, Bill. They do reply tracks. Skip through all this. So again, we're having a little bit of a hate watch evening. Okay, having a little fun at their expense, trying to search for those little comedy nuggets. Please like and subscribe to us. We're trying to get to that sweet 1,000 by the summer, folks, and we're nearly there. So thank you.
We're listening to all.
And it kind of goes on into even John Lennon's solo stuff, where in one of those songs on the last album, that Double Fan, he sings about things are getting better and better, and you can't tell us that he's not thinking about
the song
getting better. On Sgt. Pepper's and stuff like that.
Get on
what
your
song
knees.
is that on Double Fantasy?
Woman? I don't know if it's Beautiful Boy or
Beautiful Boy.
It's one of those songs where he says, and it's getting better and better, and you kind of go,
Bill will find a way to touch Billy Idol's leg. Guarantee it. Okay. And we'll watch this for a few minutes, and then we'll jump into the next segment too. But unless sometimes things really unfold, and believe it or not, that this can be a really good watch. But he will find a way to grab his hand, grab his leg, touch his leg, even to the point where he'll almost get down on his knees to do it. Yep.
Has to be a retort.
One of my all-time favorite just single records is Starting Over.
Yeah, it's
the one that was on the charts when he was killed.
Yeah.
The lead single off that album that he hadn't made an album in 5 years. I mean, it's got the Phil Spector, Phil Spector genius on it. I mean, okay, you shouldn't shoot your dates in the head. We know that. Okay, we're not forgiving that. But that doesn't take away from the sound of that record. Yeah. That record never shot anybody. Okay, that record is just a great record. Our life together is so special. The way it just builds, and the backing vocals. It's almost like a 50s.
It's like Elvis, a bit of an Elvis touch to it.
But it showed that John Lennon still could do it on his own.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he certainly did not do it as much as McCartney, by far.
I'm going to let this play. I'll be
first of all, he died.
Back in 1 second.
He only
here.
had 10 years.
Let me know if I missed something.
10 years, from 70 to 80, when they were their first decade, when the group was split up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, McCartney probably had, 10 hits on the charts or more, my love does it good memory, you know, like not always like genius, but like reliable pop hits.
Yeah.
Listen to What the Man Said, silly love songs, never one of my favorites, but giant hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he just did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And kept doing it in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, he's Band on the Run. I mean, that was just that one album. Just that one album.
Yeah, that's what brought everybody's faith in Paul McCartney back again when he did Band on the Run.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, a lot of people were slagging him off and everything with Ram or the first McCartney, and I like that a lot.
First McCartney
I like the first McCartney.
Maybe I'm amazed on it.
It's fantastic.
I mean, that's, even if it was just that song.
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, yeah, I mean, was there other stuff? You know, it's funny. There's a song on that first one, Every Night.
Yeah, I like that. I like Every Night.
I just want to wake up. And then, but the chorus, do, 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 do. Every time I hear it, I think, wow, that's You Never Give Me Your Money.
Yeah, You Never Give Me Your Money.
It does sound that one part of it is almost a direct.
Yeah.
Because my ear goes right to do 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 your money. Okay, so we busted him on that. Other than that, he's the Mozart of our day. But you know, other than that, yeah. But John Lennon, he was obviously doing other things and taking care of issues bigger than music.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see that right before he went, he still had the capacity on his own without Paul McCartney, because I think that was an issue that did hang over his head. Can I do it without the guy who we all kind of know is just even more gifted as far as this,
we'll take a look
and being.
We'll keep an eye on
just
Billy.
a musical prodigy on a level.
See if that's
that I think even John Lennon is not on, but. John Lennon could still. I mean, he certainly was the spirit of the Beatles when they started, and he still, on his own, wrote so many great records. But I do think he worried when they split up. Like, oh, wow, if I don't have this guy, because this guy, I can go in there with because he wasn't, you know, even by his own admission, he could be quite lazy.
Yeah.
So he could go in there with something that was good but not great. It's like, this guy I picked up when I was 15, he is some sort of fucking player. And he's gonna bring this one up to band standards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think he did worry. And by the way, sometimes the stuff John Lennon did put out in the 70s, Mind Games, not a great album.
Yeah.
Not really up to band standards. And I'm wondering if, well, I'm sure the collaboration would always been better on both ends. But it was just great to see that at that final moment, he could make a record like Starting Over, which is as much as a favorite of mine as any Beatles record.
Right.
It's just a great record.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Woman and stuff. There's
Woman, yes, another classic.
It's a great song.
But I wouldn't have wanted to see him singing in Vegas when he was.
No.
You know, I mean, there's some good things about dying young and leaving a pretty corpse, you know. You sort of have the best of both worlds. Like, you're a guy who should have died.
Yeah,
Isn't that the name of your documentary?
Dead, yes.
What is it called?
Yeah, Bill Maher's doing a lot of talking. Like, he's not. He wants to be a rock star. He wants to be among the rock stars, and you know, he's got some knowledge. He's got some knowledge on it, but yeah, what I'm saying, he's a music critic all of a sudden, yeah, and so he kind of wants to flex. You know, this is his rock star flex, and he wants it. That's the thing, is like, when you're there, he'll kind of you know, give you some flowers, but then he'll also just let you know, like, he'll just flip it over and just be like, yeah, but you know, it couldn't have been that difficult to write an album. You know, it's just, well, you're sitting around with some friends and you start whistling and you're like, oh, let's put that in the song. You know, so he'll just take it right back. But Bill Maher, why aren't you letting Billy Idol speak? And he's just like, are you ever going to let me say, all right, well, yeah, you don't talk like that when you're rockstar. Yeah, exactly. So it just, and because he's Billy Idol's like, oh, okay, so I guess, okay, so Bill Maher's not cool. Okay, so he's like, Bill Maher's like, yeah, and then what about the Beatles? Oh man, no one can remember those songs, right? Ain't that right, Billy Idol? Huh? Hey, you wanna hang out tonight? Oh, it's like, whoa. Yeah, kinda.
Billy Idol should be dead.
Billy Idol should be dead.
Oh boy.
So when you were bouncing titles around, was there ever a moment where, Phil, you had an idea? Something about Billy Idol, big star. No, we're going to go with the dead. Okay. Tom, run that by me again, that thing you thought of a couple of days ago.
You can do it right now.
No, so...
Oh, my God.
What is the closest that you ever came to being dead? Look at me acting like a real host.
A few times, yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Well, exactly. Now he's like, oh, now I gotta ask a question. So, and I think, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with there being a time where maybe you just don't want to ask questions. You just want to talk. It's why, I'm not eager to be on other people's shows, or anything like that. I like what I'm doing right now. And I'm able to speak when I want to speak, and I can stop speaking when I want to. And so, a lot of these people have, they wish that they could just talk. And then when Billy Idol finally gets the chance to, he's not really going to be able to talk about what he wants to talk about. He had a few ideas while Bill Maher was talking, but now he's got to answer a question like he's in school. And he doesn't know the answer. Oh, what you going to do now?
What?
Well, we kind of went back to England in triumph with the album Rebel Yell. I'd done
Rebel Yell.
And
the biggest
I was
of
going
that.
back
I would think
to,
that was the biggest of that year.
I was going to do it on Top of the Pops in England, kind of returning to England. I've had this big record in America.
Conquering Hero.
Kind of coming back to...
Yes.
So a load of friends of us met us at the airport, and they had a bunch of heroin on them. So, of course, somehow everybody else in the room passed out except for me and the other guy, who was chopping the lines out. So we kept doing lines, and then...
doing lines of heroin, snorting it, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know how. Everyone else had passed out, but me and him didn't.
So you were not shooting it?
No, we just snorted it.
You never shot it?
A few times, but I didn't like that idea of it. My mother was a nurse. I think something about that.
Oh, so there we learned something. You did not shoot heroin, you snorted it.
Yeah.
No. Pussy, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No, I thought he said that he did, though. Did he do it like a couple times and didn't like it?
So we kept doing lines, and then...
doing lines of heroin, snorting it, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know how. Everyone else had passed out, but me and him didn't.
So you were not shooting it?
No, we just snorted it.
You never shot it?
A few times, but I didn't like...
Okay, a few times, but I didn't like it.
Like that idea of it. My mother...
Okay, so, yeah, he's done it a few times, didn't like it, and then in classic Bill Maher fashion, creates his own narrative.
Was a nurse, I think something about that.
So let me take that back.
Doing lines of heroin, snorting it, you mean?
Yeah. I don't know how. Everyone else had passed out, but me and him didn't.
So you were not shooting it?
No, we just snorted it.
You never shot it?
A few times, but I didn't like that idea of it. My mother was a nurse. I think something about that.
Oh, so there we learned something. You did not shoot heroin, you snorted it.
Yeah.
Pussy, go ahead.
Yeah, no, just...
What the? Look at, he's like, you call me a pussy? Oh, I'll swear to, I'll knock you, I'll hit you so hard, I'll make you beautiful. I'll put some symmetry to that face. Look at that. No, Bill. Okay. He's done it a few times. Doesn't like it. Gives him the ick in so many ways. And you gotta listen. Listen to your guest. Quit waiting to speak. Speak when spoken to.
I'm glad I did that because, yeah. But yeah, anyway, I kind of, eventually we did pass out. And then when other people in the room came to, I was going blue, you know. So
I don't know.
they put me in a bath.
Blue, you said?
They walked me about on the...
Wait, go back to blue. Why do you would go blue on heroin?
Well, if you're dying, yeah, you go.
Oh, if you're dying.
you're going to start turning blue.
Why?
Yeah.
But why would it kill you? Oh, I guess I shouldn't ask that question. I know it does. I just don't know how.
Yeah, no, nor do I. I suppose it just overwhelms your system.
Right.
And I suppose it stops you breathing or something, yeah.
Yeah, you know, look, I'm not an advocate for heroin by any means, but
I survived.
it is important to note that there are very rare, but there are people who, actually did it in a managed way. William S. Burroughs, I believe, was doing it at 80.
Wow.
Like, you know, some people just have I wouldn't recommend it. Don't try it at home, kids. Because I've also heard that somebody once described doing heroin the first time as the best orgasm you ever had times 1,000.
Well, it is really great. It's just the worst thing is it's getting off
We'll
it.
be right back.
It's just getting off it. It's terrible. And that's what stops me going back to doing it, is the thought of getting off it. It's so terrible.
Help a pot smoker who has done every drug but heroin. Like when I was in college, I was
Man, and he's thinking about it too. So he already had the analogy of the, the example of there's an 80-year-old, so I didn't know who he was referencing to, but yeah, so he's already thinking, well, if he did it, then surely I can. Yeah.
I'm a dealer. I mean, there's no other word for it. Like, I sold drugs to other people, and we were at the lowest level, me and my partner. We have a partner. We're like Abbott and Costello, except Abbott and Costello had no specific business, and yet they described each other as my partner. Whatever. In my case, I had a partner, and we would sell on the lowest level, like, the ounce of pot, whatever our dealer had, like the guy above us, like the guy who bought like 5 pounds of pot, and then he would sell it to his low level of dealers, but 1 pound, and we would sell ounces. So whatever he had, speed was very big at the time and very good. Cocaine, opium, LSD, or whatever, it probably wasn't really LSD, but whatever he had, we would sell to other college kids, allegedly. Heroin.
So he's in his rockstar persona, as Hidden America has shown us. When you start to exist within the field of receptivity of the unimagined, you begin to become the inverse of the. I don't know, but look at what a fool.
Heroin, I never did it. So every drug I ever have done or would talk about, I relate to as good or bad pot. That's like my benchmark. Like, ask me about any drug, and I say, oh yeah, I did that drug, and it was like pot, but I was more low-key, or, it was like pot, but much sloppier, or it was like pot, but whatever, hornier, whatever. Heroin, I don't know. So
It's not like pot.
it's not.
What? That's a good little quote. It's not like pot.
I don't know. So
It's not like pot.
it's not. It's not like pot at all. No? So what is it then? What is it? Why is it so good? And where can I get some?
See, there you go. Dude. So he's sober, I guess, in that sense. Says that it is absolutely unbearable to get off of the withdrawals and to get sober from it. It is a near death experience, and he doesn't want to be part of that. And Bill Maher is asking, hey, where can I get some? Oh, Billy Maher, what are you doing? So this is a bucket wish, So he's got a bucket list, and Bill Maher is trying to do his bucket list right here. So must mean that Bill Maher doesn't have very much time with us. And we should enjoy these days. We should, and he is looking for something to really unwind too. I mean, he's got to do the show and his other show. So this is a time for him to kind of sit back and kind of talk what I want to talk about. But he still has guests. He still does it. But if you take a look at, is it Futane? I mentioned him a couple times. The guitar player for Red Hot Chili Peppers. I forgot his name. Nick's Futane. Or there was that time where he went really deep into it, and it was not good. There's a amazing interview that we should watch at some point. Ooh, man. And it was right after River Phoenix died at the Viper Room, and he was there, or thereabouts, I think, with Johnny Depp, which is another guitar player. And no, not Flea. The guitar player. And so he said it was pretty rough, pretty rough. But there's a couple of people out there that were on, or maybe just one person that was on Rogan talking about that he's a professor and shoots up and all that. And I was like, what? So that's one of those manageable ones, but yeah. Now Bill Maher is doing the thing that Jamie Kennedy said that would be pure evil, because Andy Dick mentioned that he was at a party with where the guy from News Radio died. He was on Saturday Night Live. So Jamie was like, well, just as long as, if you knew that, because his wife was the one who, anyway, I'm not remembering names right now, folks, but, shouldn't be asking that when he is, where he clearly said that it's rough, but he doesn't care.
So what is it then? What is it? Why is it so good? And where can I get some? No, why is it so good? I don't get it. What kind of feeling?
Well, in my case, it knocks me out. I kind of like that because I'm quite sort of active, or I'm quite so I quite like something putting me to sleep.
Well, that's a really expensive, dangerous sleeping pill. I mean, if that's all.
And, well, all right. So that might be a bit of the reasoning. Now, I mentioned earlier that he didn't have that sleep ring on. He was, the past couple of days, he was wearing the ring that talks to you to tell you when to go to sleep. And so he might be looking at that for to sleep.
That's all it must do something more than that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
people do nod out, right?
No, yeah.
Why? What is that? That's because you're so relaxed, or you want to be, when you're nodded out, are you like still in your head having a good time?
Yeah, you're having some sort of like almost like a dreams, but you don't actually dream. I don't know if you feel like you're dreaming something,
I remember
a music video in your mind. Just it's how life should be. It's what life is.
buying something. I think it was here in LA, but it might not have. I've been on the road a lot my whole life, so it could have been somewhere. And it was like a thrift store, I feel like, some sort of like, no, it was definitely not Macy's. And I was at the cash register making this transaction, and the person behind the cash register just, it was just like power off, and just right there
just
in the middle of a cash transaction.
Yeah, people usually nodded out. They'd be about to scratch themselves, and then their hand would be in the air because they'd passed out. Things like
Are you
that.
fucking with me?
No,
Really?
no, they'd be like that because they're going to itch themselves, and then they.
Because it makes you itch?
Yeah, it makes you itchy,
That's really funny. It makes you itch, but then you're too fucked up to scratch.
You're going to scratch, and then you passed out as you go.
That should be the
But it's awful getting off it. And Boy George actually said...
he was here. I love him. He's so funny.
Said it's like a skeleton is trying to get out of your body. That's how he described coming off heroin. I've got to say, that's what it feels like.
A skeleton?
Like your skeleton's trying to get out of your body.
Wow.
So that's how uncomfortable it is. It's horrible.
Right. And John Lennon, speaking of him, Cold Turkey.
Yeah.
Remember the record?
I bought that record, yeah.
What?
I bought Cold Turkey.
You bought it. You can remember that.
Oh, yeah, of course I bought the Plastic Ono Band records.
What'd you think of the song?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. He was
didn't.
going in that direction. I thought it was interesting.
That's not a good song.
Oh.
It's just not a good song.
I kind of liked the moaning, and I just liked, I suppose I liked the fact he was branching out a bit. I liked his first solo album. I thought was incredible.
Plastic Ono-Band, yeah. Oh, with God.
It's kind of incredible.
God is a concept by which we measure our pain.
Yeah, I was trying to understand that.
Well, that's a pretty awesome, deep pop lyric.
Yeah.
Right? God is a concept by which we measure our pain. I wish he wrote more like that.
Yeah.
He was kind of lazy. Because, like, you know the song? I'm sure you do, of course.
Here comes all the lip smacking.
Across the Universe.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the poetry in that song is sublime.
Yeah.
You know? Shining on me like a million suns, they shine.
Yeah, Billy Idol just looks like one of those kids. One of those punk kids you always see. But that's some Ryan Seacrest up in there. Impressive. How'd you get the tips so nice? Oh, yeah, he does have the skull ring kind of thing. Why wouldn't you? You're not gonna need to use those hands for working or anything. But not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'm okay with those boots too, just to piss off Bill Maher. His little French cleats. He actually has some decent footwear, although, again, I better not be seeing no red shoes down there. But we are missing his guitar. See that? Ever since that Marshawn Lynch episode, they removed the guitar. That was some great coverage. Take a look back in those archives at the Marshawn Lynch.
Across the Universe.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the poetry in that song is sublime.
Yeah.
You know, shining on me like a million suns, they shine across the, whatever it is, I'm not remembering it right now, but all the way through, it's so poetic. The wind inside a letterbox.
Squidward,
you know,
nice, yeah.
And he just didn't write like that enough. I mean, there's stuff that's like not certainly typical, like I Am the Walrus, but it's just gobbledygook. What the fuck?
Well, he deliberately wrote that as gobbled.
I know, but
he said Bob Dylan was getting away with doing that, and people were taking him. So he said, I want to confuse the critics as well. I want to confuse the fans to make them what do you make of this?
Right.
It's kind of what he was. So he said to his mate Pete Shotton or something, let's write the most ridiculous song. And then he remembered that nursery rhyme that they learnt at school, the Dead Dog's Eye nursery rhyme. And
I didn't know, but is that where
Let him
yellow
talk, Bill.
custard dripping from a dead dog's eye? Oh.
But then he also the ambulance or the police in those days. No, 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 no. I am he as you are. Because I think he heard a ambulance and he got the idea from the beginning.
Yeah, it does sound like an ambulance.
No, no, no. Yeah.
I mean, okay, bad example because that's one of his awesomest songs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing. And you're right, that does come through that he is having you on, especially when he says the walrus was Paul.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Later
okay,
on,
there
yeah.
we get it. You know that you're. Here's another clue. Oh no, that's a Glass Onion. Yeah, the one. Here's it. Okay, so he's referring to Walrus on another song.
Yeah,
I mean it's same idea, very cheeky, and but yes, he's deliberately doing that. But I wish he had written more songs like Across the Universe that were like, because he had that gift. He could do it.
Yeah,
and he settled for a lot of pop lyrics and. You know, sort of easy stuff, I thought. I mean, Instant Karma, I liked it, but
Bill is a
You know,
buzzkill kind of guy. Yeah, exactly.
somebody accused him once of writing 3 blind mice over and over again. 3 blind mice.
All you need is love is a bit the same
All you
chords.
need.
I think it's the same chords as.
And we all
Instant
shine
karma.
on. But like, again, you musicians, you songwriters, how can you, there can't be anything new. There's been a zillion, gazillion songs. There's only so many notes, so many chords.
It's amazing people have got all these that you can get more songs out of. As you say, there's only a few notes. There's only you add some sharps and flats, but really there's only a few notes. It's the inflection you put on the notes that makes the tune or the song. So it's your personality working the note makes the.
What is your process?
Well,
Like, are you a craftsman, or are you a let the muse strike me?
yeah, I suppose so. I'm a bit. Yes, I suppose I do sort of let the muse strike a little bit. I look for song titles. That helps a lot. To have a really good title helps.
Here we go. He's letting him talk now.
And then sometimes you just sit with the guitar and just by playing around, eventually something makes you get an ooh feeling. As you're trying something, you get a kind
That's not the guitar.
You get a kind of, and you kind of know, oh, this is a good idea, or this is making me react in a good way,
Nice,
to my own ideas. So.
You ever notice how the older you
And of course, he's going to throw a commercial right at the point when he is cooking. Man, Bill. Oh, man. Well, here, let's go ahead and switch it up here. We can go back to this, but let's get into a bit of Norman Nudge night. What we do is we watch the first 10 minutes of We Will Be Drunk and count the many times. Now, it might not be every time, but so far it's been quite a bit. How many times Mark Norman touches his guest. And we got a point system here. And on the last one, he had 41 points in the first 10 minutes. Now, I had to stop it at 10 minutes because I originally said, well, let's just do 30 minutes. And after 41 points, in the first 10 minutes, I had to move on. It was too much math. I wasn't expecting to do all this math. So here I am reading things, doing cold reads for you guys. I've no longer been able to speak from my mind, okay? The stream of consciousness has left the building as I do math and read in front of you guys. So I hope it's worth it. And it will be, because it is insane the amount of times that Mark Norman nudges his guest. So let's take a look. And this is all, first time viewing. Okay, so I haven't watched this. This is the first time I'm watching, I'm watching these with you guys for the first time. So you can get a reaction. It's how we can find these really great moments. But yeah, oh yeah. Shabbos like the Goy. It is. Please take a look at that. It is amazing. I've already played it several times. It's a good one, and I don't like AI. Now I don't know the story of the song, but it must be where they had wrote the lyrics and then allowed the AI to make the video, because the lyrics are so it seems like it's a mix of them using their own lyrics and maybe AI assisted. I don't know, but it is awesome. So, but you can just trim off the CapCut outro. You don't have to show your cards. Folks, I will be going back into the editing den. Well, I'm not going full den, but I will be doing some more edits now. I got people hounding me for some of them easy digestible viewing. So I'll be doing some cap cutting. Oh man. So back at it. We'll be making some shorter segmented videos. And I just so you know, I'm already hurting my algorithmic rhythm by doing these hate watches. If you can't tell, I'm Metzger is trending for sure. So, but this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. I like covering Kurt Metzger too, and but just got to know the Norman Nudge night. You got to understand the power of the nudge. And I almost think that they saw it. I almost think because here, let me take it back to their last episode, just to give you an example, okay? And it's real quick. So this is on their last episode. They had Jack Whitehall and here's the beginning.
My dad had constantly makes jokes about how I.
Oh wait, did they edit? Did they? Is this a clip? Oh, this is a clip. I'm like, oh, they better not have taken out the beginning. That's another thing too. Bill Maher, the past two episodes, they've changed the way that they're. I mean, right when we start these games with these shows, all of a sudden, a week or two later, they change it up, and they. I mean, come on. But here we are. Oh, so that's the clips. Let's get to the videos, okay. All right, so here, just to give you an example.
But that might help you.
So this is Jack Whitehall. This is the very beginning. And this is Norman Nudge night. So this is an example of what it is here.
Oh, jeez, we're talking about the weather. Hello. Hey, everybody. We're here. We're queer. We might be drunk. We got Jack Whitehall, everybody.
Hi.
What is that, cashmere?
1, 2, 3.
That is.
Yeah.
So Pat, and now Sam Morrell's in
Boy,
it.
oh boy.
I like
Thread
it.
count on that.
Look at, and now look
Man,
at,
oh man.
he's
at any point.
Feel this.
We've tried to
Hey,
get
look
on the
at
pod
now.
before.
They're
That's a little
This
coarser.
is sandpaper.
That's
Feel
sandpaper.
that.
Oh, fuck.
This
Look
is
at-
our, our self-esteem's coming out.
You get great
keep going
Parmesan
until I
with
bring
that
up the
thing. That's
nipple.
terrible.
I think I got.
Do you see that? Okay. They've seen our show, folks. Okay. He even said, "We're here. We're queer." Okay. That was my Marshawn Lynch callback when Bill Maher was saying, "We're here. We're queer," and he's like, Marshawn's like, "Hey, no. Okay, that's my callback. And here you are. This is a few weeks now, if not maybe a month of doing Norman Nudge Night, or maybe a few weeks. And they went overboard on it. Okay? So I had to incorporate massaging, and Sam Morrell coming in gets an automatic 15 points just for the attempt. If you're crossing bodies to get to another one, you get some points for that. So it was wild. So again, let's take it back. Now, after it was just insane, and I had to try to count it up, I'm like, wait a second. Maybe they did this on purpose. Maybe they seen our show, and then he just went nuts on this. And I'm like, let me take it back and check it out. So when I did, I saw that they were talking a little bit at the beginning. And Jack also has his arm really quite far into Mark Norman's area already. And most guests don't do that. Most guests walk into the set and then they sit down and all that. Because on the one before this, the guy who does I forgot his name, but he impersonates Oz, Dr. Oz or something. He walked into to sit down, and then they started patting like crazy, going nuts, and that was only after we had done the one before that, which was Bert Kreischer, and they slapping his leg and feeling his. Okay, so there's something happening here. There's something happening, and the idea was, well, I think between the two of them, they actually have a bet going on of how many times Mark can touch his guests, and Sam Morrell has to watch the whole time and count it up, and that's basically how this game started. Because I'm like, they must have that bet going on, because it's insane how many times Mark Norman touches his guests. So now look at this. No, so they're talking here.
Oh, geez, we're talking about the weather. Hello, hey everybody.
So I think they're actually like, hey, no, just go with it. We're just gonna start patting you a lot. And he's like, what? What do you mean? He's like, no, it's fine. Just go with it. And he's like, okay. And
Hey everybody, we're here. We're queer, and we might be drunk. We got Jack Whitehall, everybody.
Hi.
and then there he
Is that
goes.
cashmere?
But-
Little cashmere.
That is
Looks
scrumptious.
Oh, hold on, let me get in there.
Get it, yo. Get
Feel
it.
that? That is lovely.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Boy, oh
It's real
boy.
nice.
I like
Thread
it.
count on that. Man, oh man.
Okay, so then the whole thing unfolds. So there you have it. So that was last week. I mean, and he's done that. Now, I didn't even go into the Kathleen one because I just couldn't imagine that he would do that to a female guest, except for Chesley Handler, I'm sure. But Goffrey got hit hard. Okay, he got hit. He got hit hard. I got him on my slideshow. Adam Ray. So Adam Ray, they did that with him. Anyways, so here we are, Adam Carolla. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he walks into the set. Let's see if they have him sitting down to begin with, and let's see how many times Mark Norman nudges him. All right. Oh, let me reset the number here. Now, before we begin, oh, I like this red. Place in your guess. Place in your bets. At the point system. Now, I did complicate things with this, and I should probably just go back to not adding points and just how many times he touches his guest. But you had to give extra points for touching the back of someone's neck versus a shoulder bump. To touch the back of someone's neck, that's some scary, intimate, touching right there. So you get a few extra points for that. So that's why we have a point system. But if he misses, if there's a swing and the miss, he takes one away. So in the first 10 minutes, what would your guess be? How many times Mark Norman nudges? And let's just do it based on the point system. So you can see on the last one, he had 41 points. So each time he taps someone in the back, he got 4 points. On the shoulder, he got 3 points. So right there on the shoulder, he had 13 shoulder hits. So 13 times 3, then plus 2. So that's how the points add up fast. I'm going to put mine in the chat. I'm going to say 30. 30 points in the first 10 minutes. And if you guys are watching after the live, throw them in the comments. Oh, I love those comment sections. And thank you for the timestamps too. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. Oh, we got 5. We got 5? 5 points. Okay. Well, you know what? There might be something to that. 33. Nice. Full Masonic with that. And welcome back, Jan. Great to see you. Yeah. So 5. What I was gonna say was with 5. Maybe because Adam Carolla is kind of a, annoying, standoffish kind of guy. Wondering why Bill Maher's house is still erect after all those fires occurred in Malibu. He was seeming quite suspicious the way he kept asking, how is it that your house hasn't burnt down? But here we are. But okay, so William, are you saying 5 nudges? Because 5 nudges, but Okay, here we are. Anyone else placing your bets? Here we are.
Hey, folks, we're here. We might be drunk. We're back. We got Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
Oh,
Legend
there
of the radio airwaves.
Okay, there you are. Okay, so now he's been touched, and it's not sitting with him very well. Now, it looks like they did go ahead and put in the the man who kisses his son on the mouth, put him right there. They do swap that out based on what they think of their guest. So whenever they have Rob Reiner up there, that means that's what they think of their guest. So we already right out of the gate, we get a shoulder. So see if I remember how to add the numbers here. Okay. Okay, so now, well, I suppose this is what kind of killed the momentum. Me trying to do all the math here. Okay, so shoulder, back of the shoulder. Well, no, I would say that's the back, right? So let me put one further back. And it might have been a couple times. Now, I had to, on the last one, I had to incorporate like massaging and rubbing, and it just got too much. And why did I put 30 on that one? Let me switch that out real quick. All right, so now let's take a look at if it was one hit, two hits.
Back. We got Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
Legend of the radio airwaves.
We heard.
Okay, was that one or two?
We got Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
Legend of the radio airwaves.
Okay, and that was now on the last one I said, if you have your hand on there and you hold it there, you get a point for every second you have it on, on that body part. So that could be two. That could be two. What do you guys think? Yes or no on two back. 2 points for the back there.
We heard that you're a Scotch guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Are we doing an afternoon Scotch?
I'll take a taste if you got a product.
We got a ton of shit.
Some good stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys got a rye, right?
You want to drink our stuff?
Yes.
All right, let's do 3 Bodega Cats on the rocks. Yeah.
He's like, what? Wait, what? You actually want to drink that stuff? They're surprised that someone wants to. Like, no, we don't have to. No. And then they like go over to the producer, like the producers are like looking at them like, what? And then Mark's like, yeah, let's get some. No, just give us the lowest quality one over there. Okay, just so we don't have to drink this shit. Anything's better. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, here we go. So we already got a nudge right out of the gate. Now it wasn't an assault like the previous few episodes have been. So maybe they were cleaning up their game a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that, by the way, is that a California split screensaver?
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
But Carolla is immediately.
That's a good movie.
Oh, whoa! Wait a second. Now we've got. Oh man, this is going to be a thigh night if I've ever seen it. As a matter of fact, this might be an inner thigh night. Look how close they are already. Okay. The people who know this podcast that go on here, they allow like a semi truck can drive through here. Everyone knows that Norman's got a nudge, and he's completely oblivious to it, and he's getting the tap on the back. He's like, okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So this is fresh meat, and they get Reiner in the back.
Movie.
Oh yeah, Elliot Gould.
Yeah.
Leading Jew.
He was weird on your show, right?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was the.
Oh. Okay. There's another one. Now was that I'd say arm or shoulder, but was that a miss? We got to take a look, because that's close. Man, Carolla does not know what he got himself into. I mean, look how close that leg is from Mark. Mark, he's trying to block. He's not even trying to think about it. He knows that the second he thinks about it, that leg's going to move. Okay. So, I had thigh as anything on top of the leg. Like basically, there's leg, you can just hit the leg, but then there's also thigh, which is anything that's on top of the leg or inner thigh. But I even gave an extra point for inner thigh. So we might have an inner thigh night on this one. So let's see if he missed that.
Gold.
Yeah.
Leading Jew.
He was weird on your show, right?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was
Okay. So that's a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Leading Jew.
He was weird on your show, right?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was the craziest.
All right, swing and a miss. So -1 point. So and we had 1 miss. Okay. And it's anyone's game. Oh man, William might be right with the 5. Might be right with the 5. Okay. Let's see. We're only 46 seconds in, folks. A lot of. All right, here we go.
Craziest interview ever, and I don't know if it was some sort of like art installment he was doing.
Oh, thank you for the reminder. No, it's not. Did I miss a bunch of chats? Sorry, guys.
Like on stage, like I interviewed him. I mean, people can go back and listen to it. Just single word answers, combative, weird, and on stage in front of a live audience.
I was at that taping.
It was.
I was in the audience.
You were there?
Yeah.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I missed a bunch of the chat. Oh man, sorry. What did I miss? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man spread. Yeah. Oh my God, we got the flying V's here. It's like a W, huge. They create a W with their flying V's. Man. Oh, thank you so much for the reminder. Oh man, I always forget. I always forget to hit the live instead of the top. Why is that the default? Well, it's for people who have all the bots, like we had last night almost.
As a restaurant, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a low threshold for discomfort, then it was really tough. But if you think weird is kind of cool, that was weird.
It was awkward.
No, what's weird is that Mark Norman has his drink like really close to you. He's looking at himself in the monitor and he's like, that thing could like spill on me, dude. What are you doing?
But if you think weird is kind of cool, that was weird.
It was awkward. It was like performance art.
Yeah, it was. Very awkward.
He's getting. Do you think he has all his marbles up there?
Oh yeah.
I've heard him on other interviews. He's sharp. He's funny.
Really?
He's witty. I think he's got a beef.
Was he forced to be there?
I don't. Okay, but you guys know this as well as anybody. Some people, if they don't have a magnificent sense of humor, like he's a really good comedic actor, but he probably doesn't have the chops to just be up on stage in a live situation. So what they do is they pick a kind of weird negative thing, which is like, think about morning DJs who have nothing to say.
They're mean.
They're mean.
Nice. He's gonna. We got some predictions here. He's doing that so he can keep his hand up there as a way to kind of prime him to get him comfortable with the idea of his body always being within proximity, like his hand will that's just its natural resting space. And then Mark Norman does these like he raises his eyebrow exactly, and doesn't even know what's even being talked about, because all that he can think about is the next time that he can touch his guest. Very much in the personal space. I liked what you said before here. Where was that? That he's going to spill on Adam's lap. Yeah. Okay. I didn't take into account spillage. You gotta help me figure that one out.
They're mean. Like they'll go,
yes.
Oh, did
That's great.
You see that Marty Magnificent movie? Lame. Lame, dude. So
That's
lame.
so true.
So lame, bro.
Yeah.
And then they'll find.
All right. So he's getting Adam used to the idea of his hand even being lower now. And subconsciously, Adam is sensing that something's about to happen. So he's already laying down a guard and making sure, he's like, surely this red flag that's being waved in my inner mind, my inner vision. Yeah, doesn't mean that he's going to touch my leg. I mean, and he's like, but he did touch the back of my shoulder though, and his arms always, so he's really trying to figure it out. And Mark placed his hand on the couch just to get him used to that.
Lame, dude.
All right, switch. Okay, you switch. And right there. So he's like, ha ha ha. Now, why didn't he slap his leg? His own leg? Even Adam Carolla has his hand on his lap, and he's not doing the knee slap. Right. They call it a knee slap for a reason, folks. Okay. It's so that you slap your leg. A leg slap was already taken, so they just call it a knee slap. But no, you slap your leg as you laugh. And there's the side eye. Now, thank you, Jan. But again, that's him looking at the monitor, measuring, getting a visual of the distance. So he is closing in the gap, and there's no reason why he should have slapped the couch. It's actually not only out of his way to slap the couch by laughing like, because he switched hands with his coffee mug. Not only is it out of the way to do that, but you also have to kind of go lower to even reach it. So there's a discomfort level that instinctually you just wouldn't do that. It's the passive least resistance. So you wouldn't overexert yourself to do something spontaneous. It's all about conservation. And so this is, exaggeration. And Adam's sensing it. So let's take it back here. And so he switches hands here. Now, he switches hands. Why, you might ask? Well, because there's a drink that's coming in. The producers is coming in to put their drinks down, and so he's going to change it up from, I guess, coffee to whiskey. You just want to get a couple of shots of coffee in there real quick before you took your whiskey? Or are you already drinking whiskey in there and it's the good stuff, and you want to drink some of that before you got to choke down your own brand? Now, they have nothing to do with the quality of their brand. They just kind of pick something and went with it. If they were to go with a better quality, they would have to pay more for that. And but a lot of people have mentioned the quality, the poor quality of it. So now he's going to switch hands. But let's see if it's to get his glass of whiskey, or if it's going to be for something else. Again, we are discovering this in real time.
Magnificent movie.
Oh, and I would like to say, he, like Jan was saying, having that arm there it's getting him comfortable with the idea that he is going to be in his personal space. And that was the only reason for that mug. So you're right.
Lame, dude. So
That's
lame,
so true.
so lame, bro.
Yeah.
And then they'll find.
Okay. And there it is. So, so true. And then attack. So he was about to do it, and then look at that. He had his guard up. Adam knew. Because any other time, that would have been Mark Norman's moment. He touched his nose, and then he'll go for it. But he just blocked it. So let's take this back. Let's see this again. And let's see if Mark can break his guard. Yes, conditioning. Yep. Oh, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And look at that look. I mean, if you ever seen someone lust after someone, look at that. I mean, he's just lusting after Adam Carolla. Adam is like a steak. Yeah, he is just mouth-watering Carolla. I mean, look at that massive black arm that Mark Norman can just reach out and nudge. If only he can work up the courage, the old liquid courage. Hasn't set in yet, so. But Carolla doing Tai Chi at Santa Monica Pier has really become useful.
And they'll go like, "Hey, Scooter liked it."
So let's back it up here. So
they're mean. Like they'll go,
"Yes,
oh,
that's great.
You see that Marty Magnificent movie?
Yes.
Lame.
That's good.
lame, dude. So
That's
lame.
so true.
So lame, bro.
Yeah.
And then they'll go like, "Hey, Scooter liked it. Lame."
Because he's not listening to him. He's not listening to him. He's like, yeah, that's so true. Where's that shoulder? Yeah, he hasn't touched him in a whole. Oh my God, it's been almost a minute and a half. This is the longest that he hasn't touched a man in quite some time. Now, Sam Morril, he has a number in mind. Mark Norman has a number in mind. They talked before the show, and Mark says, "I bet I can I can tap him 30 times to for the whole episode, like 30 times. And Samuel's like, all right, I say 25. And they, they try to have a little bit of fun in this monotonous life that they've created for themselves. Where they're always having to have a drink while they talk to someone for an hour and a half. Well, they probably do a couple of these in a row. So this must be their first one. But here we are.
Lame. Lame, dude. So
That's
lame.
so true.
So lame, bro.
Yeah.
And then they'll find, they'll go like, hey, Scooter liked it.
Oh, look at that. Look at his, and he even did a gulp and just complete, he's engulfed in Carolla's seduction. That sweet Carolla dance.
So lame, bro.
Yeah.
And then they'll find.
There. So let me go ahead and. It's so much better when it's close up like this. Now. Got to get that capture. Now look at this. Now he'll take a big old swallow. He's swallowing his nerves right now. He's only thinking right there, like okay. His eyes are worse than Mr. Beast's. Okay, he's not laughing. He doesn't have the crow's feet. Okay, so it's not a genuine laugh. He's like, ha 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 ha. Okay? He doesn't even have the curve and the thrill within the grill. He's just, ha 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 ha. And, yeah, completely empty eyes. I mean, look at that. Now, if I was to be a sympathetic person, which I'm not, but if I were, maybe he's, thinking about, he just got off the phone with his wife, and his kids are yelling, and he's just like, oh man, oh, you might be high. Yep. So maybe there's, something else, but all I see in those eyes is that he's just trying to figure out a way to touch Adam Carolla. Watch this.
That's great.
Nothing to say.
They're mean.
Like they'll go,
yes.
Oh,
That's great.
You see that Marty Magnificent movie? Lame. Lame, dude. So
That's
lame.
so true.
So
he is in hell. That's so true. All right, now what? He's just going to try to swallow his nerves right now. He's trying to work up the nerves to. It's been an hour and a half. I haven't touched you. Just, how can I? Oh yeah. Okay. When can I? Right now? Dang it. He put his arm up. Watch this.
So lame, bro. And then they'll go like, hey, Scooter liked it. Lame. Lame. That guy's lame. Yeah, there's nothing. When you don't have anything to say, you just say something negative.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have a personality.
Right.
So you guys have had those guests who go, I'm just going to disagree with everything you say. And
and David Cross was tough too.
And I'm going to disagree with everything you say, so it seems like I have something to say. But really, all I'm doing is shooting down whatever ideas
It's like a girl on a date who's negging you.
I was thinking the exact same
They're
thing.
negging you, and you're like, no, they're like, well, you're a comedian. I'm also a human being.
Right.
I'm always like, nigga, please. Stop already, blonde lady. Oh, come on. What did you guys think I meant?
But it's
wow.
Same with it. Gee, that's quite a pour there, Peters. My God.
It's noon, geez. What the hell?
Fuck.
Cheers.
Of course, he's the guy who doesn't drink. It's a spicy rye.
That's nice. Spicy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Like a spice.
Yeah. I would say the same with girls with dating apps. When I was a single man, they'd be like, there's an app called Bumble, and they have to initiate. And they were horrible at it. Every opening line was horrific. And I was like, if I open with this, I'd be a virgin.
We got... we got the call out. We got another call out. Oh, he's seen the show. He's seen the show. And we had Kurt Metzger a couple weeks ago saying he said virgin about 5 times, and it's like a virgin. Oh yeah. And anyone who's got the name Virgin, oh man. So look at that. Don't you dare say my name, Mark Norman. Keep my name out of your mouth. We are the Clipped Virgins. You never say our name. How dare you say my name? Let's say, oh man. I'm messing up my game. And I said this about 4 or 5 streams ago. You know, there's something so amazing about discovering a game, sharing it with your chat. It's taken me many hours. I'm 300 hours of streaming just to get a chat, folks. Okay, that is hours I have streamed in 2 months, and one of the things that you get to do is you get to, share these stories and these games. And I said, you know what though? Sometimes it's almost like you can't tell them about it. You can't let these people know about these games, because then they mess it up. Once they know about it, they overdo it or they don't do it, And here we are, say my name. But anytime anyone says virgin, they've seen our show. All right, here we are. Let's see if Mark Norman can get a tap. It's been a while. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh man. Yep. They've seen the show. They know the Norman Nudge night.
Single man, they'd be like, there's an app called Bumble, and they have to initiate.
Close.
And they were horrible at it. Every opening line was horrific. And I was like, if I open with this, I'd be a virgin.
Oh.
You know, they'd be like, "How's your Tuesday?" That's what you got? Come on.
I got to stop using that as my opener.
Why is there a dating app named Bumble? Because that Bumble sort of sounds like, you know, you're trying to do a load of laundry, but you trip over the hamper, and it feels like vaudevillian.
Sounds like fumble.
Yeah,
like you're blowing it.
Yeah, they'd go bumbling, stumbling, rumbling. Like,
yeah.
It also makes you think of like buzz off.
Yeah.
It makes you think like, leave me alone.
Yeah. It's either buzz off or I can't make it down this flight of stairs without sliding on my ass. Either one is bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dating apps are tough, dude. I mean, they're not, because you feel like you have all the options in the world, and then you're just like, I'll figure it out. And then you just end up with nothing.
Yes, I would say the internet's the same way. You know, we're like, hey, we've made this thing to connect all the people and come together, and now we all hate each other.
Yeah.
And you also write people.
Mark, we don't hate you. We love you, Mark. You complete me. Okay? No. Please. Don't take criticism or huge and very complex internet games that revolve around your every movement be a sign of hate, Mark. No. We love you. Keep doing this, please. I need content, folks. Mark, don't make it so it's difficult for me to content. No, we can't stand this guy. No, he's good to the underbellies of, you know, of the internet world. He'll give you a shout out when you're just a small little channel, like you just did. You just said virgin. But don't you dare say my name.
This thing to connect all the people and come together, and now we all hate each other.
Yeah.
And you also write people off more quickly. You're like, that was a weird angle of her face. You're like, those earrings are too big. I can't be with someone with earrings that big.
Yes.
Well, you know, they always say too much choice makes people miserable. Like they go, if you are going to buy a TV set and you have 4 choices, you're happy. But if you have 28 choices, you're miserable because you think you got the wrong one.
Yeah.
And this endless...
Maybe that's what's happening with my point system. Maybe I overdid it. Too many but you got to give Mark a few extra points to tickle the back of your neck versus just tapping you on the shoulder. I mean, that takes something. But look at Mark, just lusting for his next nudge. You know, men don't look at each other like that unless you are envisioning you like close to them, you know, like there's fire in them eyes. That's the only time that Mark has a little bit of fire in his eyes is when he's looking at another man. Here we go.
Scrolling of women who are available. Maybe that makes you miserable. Like maybe we should just grow up, you know, like a John Cougar song and have the girl Sally next door.
Right.
She was my neighbor and she was my high school sweetheart. Now I'm fucking her friend. But just maybe it's all, it's the problem is the possibilities. There's too many. Like you just, back in the day, you just dated whoever lived closest
in
to
your
you.
orbit. And it was kind of safer probably.
And your best friend was the guy magically lived across the street.
Right.
Too, right?
How convenient. Also, internet porn. I'm sitting there going, She's not perfect enough. She's not right. Da-da-da. That's not dirty enough. That's not. And I'm in a rabbit hole and a butthole for 6 hours. I never even finished. But before you find porn under a rock and you were like, hey, it's fat chicks on blacks.
I could get by with a raft box. A box that had a raft in it that had a hot chick
and there's
floating in a bikini.
Okay. And there's the knee slap. Now he added the arm raise. You always got to do the arm raise. But look at he's like biting his lip. Just like, man, if I could just kiss those lips. But he is he will do a slap here.
A box that had a raft in it that had a hot chick
Yes,
floating in a bikini
Yes.
across the pool.
I know
That was
box.
enough.
By the way, you just said you didn't finish. There's nothing sadder than getting older and jerking off and midway through being like, fuck it.
Oh,
That's the saddest moment ever.
That is
You're like, I'll just get a sandwich instead.
No, yeah, I can't do
Well,
that.
the worst is like you pull a calf muscle and have to limp off the field. You know what I mean? Like take yourself out. Go under the tent.
Do an army
in the
crawl.
locker room.
Yeah.
We're 6 minutes
The
in.
funny thing is, that's how my wife is with sex with me. She's like, all right, we're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
You get the Apollo pull-off?
I get the double tap like McGregor.
You get
like,
the Sandman coming there with the broom.
Big.
Oh, okay. Now he's closing in the space here, closing in the gap. And Willie might be right on with 5 points. What did I put in there? 25. 30. I said 30. We got a few minutes left here, and Norman hasn't been nudging. He must have seen the show. Okay, if you haven't noticed any slight movement that these folks do is an immediate indicator that they've seen the show. But you never said virgin before. I made this game up. Never said it before that. So you've seen it.
Big Kane. Oh yeah, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah. I don't know. It's even, I think that sadder, older part of masturbation rather than, getting halfway into it and then just kind of packing it up is sad. But thinking about it and never even doing it is even a sadder testimonial. Like I've had tonight's the night, bro.
Yeah.
And then like some point of
they both did the head back thing.
Fall asleep watching TV.
Right, that's a tall order.
It's also sad when you're in a hotel on the road and you're just jerking off for like an hour 15.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're just like I gotta finish this.
You gotta finish
this
what you
is
start.
pretty much all that they talk about.
Mark's saying the two.
This is like it. That's all that they talk about. That's why it's like there's no comedy. It's just jacking off, talking about jacking off. It's like, all right. Hanging out, I guess, huh?
Too many possibilities mean.
Oh my God. What the heck? Oh man. Now on the last Norman Nudge night, I was giving him props for his pointing. Okay, so Mark Norman, does need his flowers for his points. So I was giving his props for his pointing because he was doing the machine gun. At first he was like, yeah, and then doing the machine gun and just a lot of pointing positions for Mark Norman. But again, he's not looking at anything. Yeah, the lights are out. Oh man, this is worth stalling out the momentum that I've been building the past 4 streams. I was getting subscribers and likes and thousands of views. But it's worth seeing this swim move that he's doing, the Black Swan.
Means you.
So it actually looks like maybe he used this mug as a way to anchor his arm so that he wouldn't do it, because he's seen the show and he's like, well, fine, I won't even touch him this time. And now he so wants to that he had to use his other arm. That's amazing. And knock the microphone out of the way while doing it. You definitely get to go in my slideshow for that. I'll give that to you.
You think you're missing out.
Oh my God. And it's, dude, and he's just keeping it there. Oh man.
Saying the too many possibilities means you think you're missing out on something better.
Yes.
Also, guys beat off like they're going to the electric chair the next morning. You know what I mean? Like, this was going to be my last
That's
dance.
true.
You know what I mean? And we do it like that. You know, we do it. I think we beat off like women order. Like women you go out to dinner and she's like, what's in the salad dressing? Oh, okay. So could I get the entree turned into a special and turned into and then you're like, at some point you just go, we'll eat again.
Right.
We'll eat again. We're going to eat tomorrow. This is not your last meal. Just fucking order something and let's go. Right. But I think guys beat off that way. It's like, this is the last time I may ever beat off.
This podcasting so entertaining. It's like they've ran out of things to say.
Want everything to be perfect.
Perfect. We're like Meg Ryan.
I'm going to light a candle.
Yes.
Put some Enya on.
Yes. And a towel down.
No
Really
generic
enjoy it.
lube for this hombre. I'm going Nivea.
Do you guys do lube every time?
No,
dry.
Lube feels, I go dry too. Lube is fancy.
We're men.
It's a fool's errand, the lube. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a talk with my son, which is don't get married to the lube. It's going to be a life. It'll follow you around. I'd rather you get in. Can't you get into fentanyl? I'd rather you get into fentanyl
That'll end
rather
quicker.
than lube.
At least people will see him on the street again.
Lube. Well, first off, there's the now you're going camping.
It's such a cheap way to try to get laughs. You know, like it. Like you're not getting a laugh. It's just you guys are laughing at your, at the edginess of what you think it is. It's not edgy, and it's not funny. I mean, you're just it's a very cheap way to try to yeah oh yeah, I do it dry. I'm being reminded of Adam Carolla's voice. Yeah, I gotta tell my kid, don't get the We only got a couple more minutes of this, folks. Thanks for hanging in there. For those of you who are watching this, give us a like and a subscribe. I know this was you had to hear Adam Carolla's voice on this one. But it's worth it just to see the cognitive dissonance that's going through Mark Norman's mind right now. He wants to nudge, but he is quite annoying. And I believe we actually said this at the beginning too. This might be one where he doesn't do it very much because of just how annoying Adam Carolla's voice is. So, got about a minute and a half left of this, and see if he can get at least a $5.
For 3 days, and there's no lube, and so you got to go with the spit hand. That's number one.
Or you got to use some weird bark or sap.
Number two, it's a trail. People, you will at some point. The stepmom is going to go. I just bought a jumbo-sized drum of Jergens, and it's like
there's another point and twirl. He's like going full wizard here.
A jumbo-sized drum of Jergens, and it's like I bought it 2 days ago. It's gone.
It's forensics now.
We're dusting for lube at this point. Like, no, it's a tell.
Right, David Tell.
And the other thing I would like to teach my son, or hopefully he's listening, is let's get the position right. You got to be able to squeeze one off standing up. Because
there. And there we have it. All right. So we got a cluster. All right. And when things happen in clusters, it's because he's been thinking about it. So we got a cluster.
Position right. You got to be able to squeeze one off standing up. Because
1, 2, 3,
when
4.
You can.
That's 4. Four on the. I call that the shoulder. So like the arm hand is arm and then kind of, or the arm and hand area, and then this is kind of shoulder. But yeah, I would say that's shoulder, right? Is that 4?
Got to be able to squeeze one off standing up. Because
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can.
He's like, yeah. All right. So we got. Four shoulder. And I probably should have put it on the same one here. That's, where is that? All right, there it is. That's 12 and 3, 15. We're at 15 points. Just like that, he turned it around from 3 to 15. William almost had him with the guess of 5.
Can do it standing up with no lube, the world is your oyster. You literally beat off like walking down an alley.
You'll never get shin splints if you work these right here. Well, over the sink.
And the stretched out position. Right. You're gonna. By the way, you will get busted Because you can beat off in the shower. No one throws the shower,
Shower's tough though, because once you get wet, it's hard to get a grip.
The friction is off.
No, the shower jack is tough. But what I'm saying is
I get it.
When you lay down on top of that.
Man. See if we can just. I kind of have my fill with like non-funny, crude kind of stuff. It's like it's not funny, and it's cheap jokes, cheap conversation, and you're trying to be cool, trying to be edgy, and you're absolutely pathetic. If there's ever a face I've seen that's ever been on their way out, that is I am on my way out.
Few minutes.
All right, so we got some heat. Mark Norman's getting warmed up.
It was basically.
Oh, you just did You just did 4 taps, and that really got him going. So here we got 2. Yep, we got another minute here. Oh, we're at the 10 mark. So they are 50. Wow. Wait, did he do that tap right before the 10 minutes? No way.
Basically.
Oh.
Point. If you're standing, there's always like plausible denial. Shower jack, but
it's tough though, because once you get wet, it's hard to get a grip. Shin splints if you.
When you can.
Okay. Yep. So that was at the 9 mark. So wow, look at that. Right before 10 minutes, he pulled in and got another 12. Well, I think we're going to retire this game. I'm going to retire it. That was Norman Nudge night, folks. 10 minutes of We Might Be Drunk podcast. And how many times he nudges them. It is not worth the watch. As you can see, that's part of it right there. Just no content, nothing of substance, and please stop doing that. So we'll be retiring that. I've yet to be able to even watch a full episode of that. But let's take a look at Lemon Pirate Radio, and we'll wrap it up with this. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for allowing me to do a little passion project. We're in the thick of Kurt Metzger, and occasionally I gotta dip into some other stuff. But now my AI is going to be mad at me that I broke the momentum. So I'll just avoid it for a couple of days and maybe I'll forget.
This rules.
Oh, a good old-fashioned lemon party. I call first squeeze.
I think, by the way, so last night, weirdly, I had a dream that Conan has been dead since November.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan has been dead since November 8th, I think it was. like the exact date, and I hadn't realized Conan had been dead. And I was like, in the dream, I was like, is life like passing me by? Like, I don't even know these things are going on anymore. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
God.
know.
Yeah, that sucks when dreams fuck with your reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, like, I mean, most days, you know, sometimes I'm so fucking exhausted waking up, you know, all the time with the kids and stuff. And then I'm like, I'll walk into rooms and not know, like, what's going on. Like, it's just, sometimes it feels like a monsoon of time is just whirling by, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't imagine that. That sucks. I'm very much aware of my body, my surroundings, and spatial awareness, time, anti-time, anti-matter, all of it. Couldn't imagine walking without purpose. Yeah, when I'm walking somewhere, it's because there's a reason behind it. Not aimlessly doing circles in my tiny little apartment. But we love Ben Avery. Sorry, I gotta kind of shake out of the Mark Norman spell. Yeah, started to hate everything I saw. Oh wait, I did title this stream Hate Watch, didn't I? Maybe we shouldn't watch Lemon Party Radio. I don't want to do it. Hate Watch with him. Let me see if we got one more small Hate Watch. Otherwise, we'll watch his. There we go. Actually, just too much. Too much. All right, we'll take a little bit of look at the new grooming that Jamie Kennedy had undergone due to Michael Biehn basically threatening him, saying that the next time I see you, you better be clean shaven. So he cut his Gary Busey's, it's to cover his ears because he's got massive ears, and he's willing to make himself he's willing to expose his ears for Michael Biehn. The biggest insecurity that he has, he's willing to do that just so that he can see that carrot that Michael Biehn will place in front of him if he were to be groomed. Michael Biehn, the actor from Tombstone, you forgot what the character name is, the Ringo Starr or whatever. He met with an executive at Netflix and was trying to work a deal with the executive to have them send over actors to his podcast, and they can promote their movies and TV shows. And Michael Biehn said, and maybe as you were saying that, I'm like, oh, well, Michael Bihn's trying to use that as, leverage to control him, because he was trying to control him the whole time. And I'm like, well, I bet he'll say that, well, maybe I can throw a couple your way, if you play your cards right. Sure enough, he alluded to that. And actually, right out said it, but said that you got to get cleaned up. So here he is. He cut his hair for Michael Biehn. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Everyone else saw what we saw. And his comment section is, littered with everyone saying, I can't believe you let Michael Biehn groom you like that.
On the weather to see if we can do it, and then we'll fly back to Burbank. So that was a little weird. I was like, we're on the ground, we good. And they're like, we're gonna, see. So then we did that, and in 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. And now this is what happens now. Okay. So he was already a face smasher before. Smashing his face, going crazy. This is the first time that you guys have seen my hands. And we've been here for 3 hours. He's quite a bit into it. So he's 14 minutes in. I thought I started a little bit closer to the beginning. Sorry about that, folks. If I were to put it to the beginning, you'll see that he'll smash his face and do all that. But he didn't really touch his ears too much. And it was because he had his busies covering his ears. Now we all can see him. And he feels naked. So he's going to start bending his ears.
Guys next to me, they're cool, I bet.
Oh, God. And digging out ear crust from earwax. Gee, Jamie, thank you for saving your grooming time for us to watch.
Weird. I was like, we're on the ground, we good. And
let me double check that. God.
You were friendly.
And they're like, we're gonna, see. So then we did that, and then
all right.
10, 15.
So he knows he's got big ears, and now he's trying to make them smaller by bending the tips like a pit bull. He wants to have his ears snipped so that he can be human once again.
And they're like, we're gonna, see. So then we did that, and then 10, 15 minutes. I'm talking guys.
Yeah.
Cool,
Oh, cool. Gross. Digging his ears, digging his ears, and now he's going to try to like wipe it off with the back of his neck. He like pulls his hairs. Yeah. Occasionally you'll see me do this if I'm really thinking, but I'm not, I'm not fidgety.
Then they'll say, okay, we're still waiting. And then they said, okay, folks, we got a decision, so I'm going to let her come on and say it. And I'm like, oh, God, we're going to have to go back to Burbank because lady came in. And lady's like, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. And she announced this whole thing. She's like, you know what? You're going to get off here. We're going to stay here. We're grounding this plane for tonight because they use this shuttle. They probably want to need to go back to Vegas one more time. That's its hub.
We'll just watch this for just a couple of minutes here. I just wanted to give you guys a Jamie Kennedy update on how he is grooming himself.
And it was already like 12:30, so I'm like, they're not going to do any more flights, but they probably needed a hub for a 6 a.m. And they go, but it's just too dangerous. The weather's not good. It's not clear. So we are grounding this plane tonight. It's here. You're not going to Burbank. Everyone can get off here. And then, of course, the girl behind me is like, so Uber's going to be a nightmare. I'm like, bitch, you're on the fucking ground. So,
here we are. Okay, and this is what happens the whole time. And now, I mean, he's doing that so that he can get a visual of his, of his ears. Now, I said from the beginning, we don't really, make fun of the things that people can't really change about themselves, right? We like to point out their behaviors, not so much, or if they let themselves go. But he is feeling quite insecure right now. He's checking the monitors, trying to make it look natural to get a full visual on his ears. He's actually going to go back on the footage and look and see if he made a horrible mistake, which I like the shaggy look. We'll see. But you're wearing a hat, so we'll see.
Bro, like, or people were losing perspective of just the fact that we're not. You're one city over, okay?
Oh, there we go. I was just about to say, Jimmy Kennedy is one who also always touches his nose, but not just touch, like kind of scratch or something. Picks.
Perspective of just the fact that we're not. You're one city over, okay?
Oh man. I'm reminded of the early days watching these for the first time. I'm just like, there's no way that he's actually doing this. And he does every time. So he has bent his ears, cleaned out the earwax, put his whole hand on his nose, and now he's picking his nose. What more could you ask for in a hate watch? I can't believe this guy can't keep his hands on the desk.
Okay. And then she goes, all your flights will be rebooked.
I mean, look at the pull on it.
City over. Okay. And then
all right, and
she goes, all your flights.
I gotta make sure I get this one. This is a good one.
Flights will be rebooked.
Jamie. Oh my God, come on.
Flights will be rebooked.
I couldn't make this up if you asked. Okay. If someone were to tell me that there is this podcast host that just constantly was tugging on his body, tugging on, the other podcast is talking about tugging on their dick. This guy's tugging on his ears, tugging on his nose. What's happening? You guys losing the ability to communicate? Losing the ability to storytell? You guys are comedians.
Will be rebooked.
Wow. So there you have it. That's Jamie Kennedy in all his glory. Nose tugging. But thank you so much, folks. I just wanted to do a quick little hate watch. Okay, just to fill the soul. Make sure that I'm a well-rounded reactionary commentator. But after all the fun that we had the past few days, this is boring. You guys are boring. I'm talking about Jamie Kennedy and the rest of the podcast. So boring. Kurt Metzger and Hidden America, all that. So much more fun. And I'm feeling a transition, folks. I'm transitioning. I'm doing it. I think we are going to possibly do a little bit less of this coverage. I'm kind of grossed out by it, actually. And it's no longer funny. No longer funny. I'm really starting to wonder why they're in front of camera. Why is their screen so big? I'm just this little guy, okay? The little guy in the corner. I'm a little bit wider than Asmongold. I'm like Hassan size, okay? But it's because I move around a bit. I'm not stationary like these people that insist on having a full screen. But if I was to have a full screen, I for sure wouldn't be, digging bending everything in my body. So really got to reconsider where our focus and attention goes, and I might be redirecting my attention to other things, Jamie Kennedy, because the solos just aren't doing it for me. Now, the interviews are pretty entertaining. There's material in them hills. But these solos are just a lot of this stuff. And it's kind of gross. So please stop. Okay? Please stop. But we'll watch the interviews. But thank you, folks. That's a little bit of a hate watch night. Wanted to bring it back to the roots of how this all started. This whole journey started with me I just couldn't believe what I was seeing on the screen. And I wanted to. My neighbors were upset because I kept screaming at the screen, so I figured I'd just put a microphone to the screen and scream to you guys. But I appreciate it, and thank you for all the likes and subscribing throughout this week. We had a great time, and we will do this again. Thank you so much.